Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Friday the 13th of April 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. Not much in the way of major moves overnight in the world's global foreign exchanges. I will just flag a couple of points, both of which are in commodity-related currencies. First of all, the Aussie dollar, US dollar, the Australian dollar gaining by around 0.24% against its American counterpart. And moving over to South America and US dollar, Brazilian real, it's the real that's making gains up by around 0.34% against the US dollar overnight. Dollar index for its part, 89.77, so broadly unchanged over the last 24 hours. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. A relatively light calendar, but there is some quite important information contained within it. First of all, we've already had balance of trade data out of China for March, and we'll come to look at that in a bit more detail later in the video. To come at 7 AM London time, 6 AM GMT, we will have HICP, Harmonised Index of Consumer Prices, the ECB's preferred measure of inflation. This data is out of Germany and is for March. Fast forward to 12 o'clock GMT and we'll have the first of the day's central bank speakers, in this instance the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston President Rosengreen. He's followed onto the podium at 1300 by the Fed's Jimmy Bullard. At 1400 GMT we'll have the widely followed Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index data for April out of the States. And then at 1700 GMT, our final central bank speaker in the shape of FOMC member Kaplan. And also at 1700 GMT, we'll have the influential weekly Baker Hughes US oil rig count. Okay, breaking news and comment then that's caught my eye overnight. Firstly, China's balance of trade data falls into deficit for the first time in more than a year as export values fell sharply. They were down minus 2.7% in March against forecasts for a 10% growth. Now obviously that's just one figure, but it is the second month in which China's balance of trade has surprised. So let's keep an eye on what's going on there going forward. Meanwhile in Singapore, Q1 2018 GDP prints at 4.3%. Showing growth that's up from the 3.6% in the prior quarter, but that number was in line with forecasts, so to some extent that should probably have been priced in. Meanwhile, President Trump says that he could rejoin the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade arrangement, but only if he can negotiate better terms than his predecessor President Obama had. Make of that what you will. And Asian stocks appear to have improved as Syria tension is dialed down. Right then, food for thought and something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. So why not think about this? Research by the Institute of International Finance has shown us that outstanding global debt now totals a record 237 trillion US dollars, a figure that is up 42% from exactly 10 years ago. And we can see the breakdown of this number in the chart opposite, which shows us corporate, government, financial and household debt across the globe. One good point in the data is that the debt to GDP ratio has fallen to 317.8%. Still a massively high number, but one that is below the 2016 peak. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leveraged products for yourself, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representatives.